This week we provide a multi-species buyer's update as we move through fall into holiday season purchasing and then into preparation for the Chinese New Year closures. Starting with salmon, sockeye and chum are still trending as items in high demand across North America. Washington State's Puget Sound chum fishery is the only West Coast fishery producing chums at the moment, as Alaskan fishery has finished and British Columbia's fishery essentially non-existent. Pre-season run size forecasts for Puget Sound chums were for about 760,000 fish compared to actual run sizes of 1.27 million for 2018, 1.72 million for 2017. We heard that the fish paled out and the landings were light this year. In fact, we just received word that the Puget Sound fishery is basically done for the year. We will report more on this as the details unfold. Tradex currently has chum fillets in portions in Los Angeles, but we anticipate this to become a short item. In line with what we have been reporting all year, the chum salmon market is short and will continue to be short. The sockeye salmon market continues to be in high demand as it remains to be a popular item that keeps moving. 2 to 4 and 4 to 6 pound sockeye continue to sell as quickly as offers hit the market, with 2 to 4 still being non-existent. In China, to quote our Vice President of Asian Operations, pink salmon is getting crazy. Russian boats are asking for up to $3,600 a metric ton, or $1.60 a pound, and plants believe pricing will go even higher before the Chinese New Year closures. Chum salmon raw material are short as well, with pricing around $4,700 a metric ton, or $2.10. Moving on to pollock, and Alaska's pollock B season just came to a close with millions of pounds of quota left unharvested due to poor fishing conditions and smaller sizing of pollock. On the once frozen side, there will be a limited amount of 2 to 4 and 4 to 6 Shatterpack IQF and fillet blocks and surimi available. We do not expect to see any volume of fillets available until the end of February next year, which is after the 2021 pollock A season gets underway. Pollock has been a steady protein throughout the pandemic. However, we are anticipating some strengthening in demand for Alaskan pollock, which will put pressure on prices for Alaska and Russian supply. In fact, on the trice frozen side, recent updates out of our China office reported that raw materials pricing are continuing to rise on the backs of stronger demand from the EU and North America. Our recommendation is to buy now to last you to at least the end of March next year. As a leader in food service supply, we take pride in being able to remain a strong and stable supplier even amidst fluctuating pricing and supplies during a global pandemic. If you're looking for a knowledgeable, stable, and transparent seafood supplier, please don't hesitate to even contact me directly, rob@tradexfoods.com. And now we'll finish off with a little rapid-fire format. The Swai market is going up as production is booked solid in Vietnam for the next 2 months. And as demand continues to rise in the US, we recommend you get your purchasing requirements in now. The tilapia market continues to be strong through the pandemic, and Chinese production is already full before Chinese New Year closures, so our recommendation is to buy hand to mouth as we anticipate pricing to come down by March and April. Haddock raw material pricing continues to climb due to poor harvests. As we anticipate short supply and high demand before Chinese New Year, we recommend purchasing haddock requirements immediately. Atlantic cod raw material pricing remains low at $3,700 a metric ton, or $1.70, and we anticipate this market to remain stable as Russia and Norway are reporting good catches and an increase in quota 20% over last year. Russian halibut raw material are on the rise, and the Pacific Halibut fishery is coming to an end. With only 80% of the fishing limit harvested, the halibut market is going to run short of supply and have supply problems, so our recommendation is to secure your requirements now. Albacore tuna landings actually came in similar to previous seasons in both the US and Canada waters. Despite a slow start and COVID disruptions, average size was up this season to 12 to 14 pound, and current pricing in BC is reporting lower than 2019 production. Stay tuned into our 3-minute market insight as we will update in further details the species reported today. Thank you for joining me for TradeX Foods for the 3-Minute Market Insight. This is Robert Ryerson reminding you to stay safe, buy smart, and